Hey everybody, it's Mark Shepard. Welcome to the Hypnosis of Money Daily Trade vlog. Yesterday I did the vlog without my coffee, and today I figured I'm gonna hit me with the coffee. Ugh, my eyes are still working. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I have just gotten up, made myself some coffee, and this is what I do. I check in and see what's going on with the crypto world. As you can see, look at the pattern in Bitcoin. It goes up aggressively, and then it has a little pullback. It has gone up aggressively, and then it has a little, might not even be a pullback, but it's a pause, right? It's like breathing. This is the market's breathing. And from all the research that I've done and all the people that I know who are doing research, this is not a bubble, because real value is pouring into this, I don't even want to say marketplace, into this world, into this space, the crypto space, as people are kind of saying. And there's a lot of opportunity right now for people to learn and to apply, and I'm showing you how I'm doing it. There are other people who are showing you how they're doing it. Be wise. Pay attention and learn, and stop doubting that this is real. Stop thinking this is a scam. Stop saying this is a Ponzi scheme, because it's not. It's like, it's real money. And I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I will demonstrate live on screen for you when I take some money out of some of these programs. The thing is, you got to get started somehow, some way. I have a friend who put $500 on a credit card. I don't recommend that. However, he's able to discipline himself and limit himself to that $500, and that's what he's playing with. And he's turning that $500 into $1,000. So once he's done that, he'll pay off his credit card and play with his house money. If any of you have watched this before, I started just buying $20 a day of Bitcoin on the Coinbase exchange. I just automated it, and I just did it for several months. And that got me excited, because it worked. There are different things you can do, and the most important thing is to have some kind of a system or some kind of a plan that you follow. Because just kind of splattering your way through it is probably what got you broke in the first place, if you are broke, right? That's what got me broke, not having a plan. Because I'm a highly creative, emotional, artistic type person. And the whole money thing has always been a mystery to me. And it's simple, but it requires a different mindset than the creative mind. It needs some of it. It needs a little creativity. It needs a little imagination to see where it can go. And then you need a little bit of a system. All right. So today, this is my system. This is how I do it. And I do this a couple times a day now, a little less obsessively than I was, because as I learn and grow and begin to put these tools into place, it doesn't take that much to do, right? The whole idea is to create a way to make an abundant living that doesn't grind you down, right? That is actually has some hope, some positivity, that you can stop being a slave, that you can exit the matrix, that you can get out of the cage. This, people, is the key to your cage. I'm about to release a new CD called The Key to Your Cage, and it's a lot of songs that could support you in your quest for freedom and healing and empowerment. So I don't know how I got going on that, but anyway, that's what I'm thinking about this morning. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. Enough about me, said the songwriter. What do you think of my music? Okay, Bitcoin is at a nice little retracement here. And let's go through the 1 hour. And so it's a little down. It's not up at 3,800 right now. It's at 3,398 or so on this hour. And in this 30-minute time chunk, you can see it's taken a nice little pullback. So if you want to buy Bitcoin, if you want to get on the Bitcoin train, right now is not a bad time. This is what I look for. I don't buy on a huge leap up. I try to buy on the first pullback. And here on the minutes, this is a 1 minute chart, and you can see, it's gone as low as 33.77 in the last, chunk of minutes. And it has gone as high as 34.13, and now it's kind of trading around, where is it? About 30, there's 34.02. That's pretty good. I want to show you something that I found the other day. I clicked this thing, and I did a 1 week chart. And on the 1 week chart, you see there are hardly any actual pullbacks on the 1 week chart, right? That changes your perspective. Let's look at the 1 month chart. When you look at the 1 month chart, you can see there are no pullbacks, right? There are no crashes. There has been no bubble popping, right? Right? Maybe back in 2013, but look what's happened, right? And the question is it going to have a huge correction? Or it's like the internet. Imagine this is the internet, right? And a bunch of geeks are doing it over here, and a bunch of geeks are doing it, and then some early adapters found it, and then they thought, hey, this is pretty good, and they got into it, and maybe the .com bubble burst or whatever, but then everybody else was like, oh, .com, what's that? And they started learning about it, and they started paying attention. They go, whoa, this all crashed, but the internet is still here, and Amazon.com is working, and this thing called Google, and this thing called, all these different things that began to happen, right? And the internet hasn't gone back. People are making more money on the internet than anyone ever thought possible. Large companies, individuals. And so that's the thing to keep into perspective. You don't want to just look at the 1 month chart and go, oh, this is fine, right? You want to play with changing your perspective constantly. And that's what I call the hypnosis of money, right? And I will keep coming back to that. That's my differential from all the other traders, is that I have 30 years of studying the human mind and studying and working on clearing my own crap. And most people don't even talk about that. But the bottom line is you're not going to get where you want to go in life unless you actually apply the principles of hypnosis to yourself, and to realize that the principles of any market are hypnotic. We are, this is a mass hypnosis. I think it's a good hypnosis, right? There's some hypnosis that's not good. And the TV stations and the radio stations, the mass media, and the drug companies and the Monsantos and all of the powers that be that benefit from the status quo and you being a wage slave, they all benefit from that hypnosis. And that's the hypnosis I'm trying to break. And this is how I'm doing it. And I invite you to explore this with me when you're ready. And with that, I'm going to go on to Ethereum. So Bitcoin, not a bad day to buy. If you're going to buy some Bitcoin, it may have a much stronger retracement, but if you look, how likely is that? What's the momentum? It's only getting bigger, and they're continuing to improve the network. And there's now Bitcoin Cash, and it's actually increased its value. So that's the foundation of a new economy, people. And this is a revolution, and it's happening in real time, and it's peaceful. That's, at least at the moment, it's peaceful. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'm thinking a little bit in the positive about anarchy. I've been watching this guy Jeff Berwitz on the Dollar Vigilante, and he's got another podcast called the Anarchast. I don't agree with everything he talks about, but man, I really like his moxie. I like his willingness to say what so many people are thinking. All right, Ethereum. Ethereum has really solidly taken back half of the gains that it lost. So that's a really good sign, right? Let's look at the 1 hours for Ethereum. If you want to get some Ethereum today, we have a double top here on the 1 hour, and we have this resistance up here at 316. So my guess is it's gonna come back down a little bit, and when it hits its triple top, I have this whole triple top theory. It will move. So today's not a bad day to buy some Ethereum. I don't know if I'd buy it right this moment. I'd kind of watch this for another hour or two and see if it's going to maybe come back down a little bit in the hours, in the 1 hour charts, and then I might get in here, if it goes down here. And that's just, you want it to go on sale. That's all it is. You want there to be a little bit of a discount. And on the 30 minutes, we have, you could call this a top and this a top and this a top. So on the 30 minutes, we have a triple top. So look, it's probably going to move. I may be wrong about it moving soon. I think it's moving now. Let's look at the 1 minutes. 1 minute. You see where the momentum is? The momentum is all pretty much up. And you can see where a bunch of trading bots took profits here. Boom. And then another trading bots went in. This is what the trading bots of Ambis, I think, are doing. I don't know this for a fact, but they're in these different markets, and they are working these 1 minute charts. Bots can do that. I can't really work a 1 minute chart, but I can use the 1 minute chart to guide me. So that's Ethereum. Let's play with Ethereum. Let's look at the 1 weeks with Ethereum, and you can see we had a really strong week in Ethereum, and then it pulls back a little bit. When you see, a couple of days of pullbacks, it's none of this is guaranteed, obviously, but when you see a couple of days of pullbacks, but yet strong movement, that's a good sign, if you are in the market to hold. You don't want to sell at this point or to get in, right? And the 1 month, let's look at the 1 months. Woohoo, Ethereum. Where's all the other data? Oh, is it below this? I don't know. Anyway, that's weird. Again, I'm learning these charts by myself as I go along. I haven't taken any chart course, but maybe you need to take a chart course. So anyway, Ethereum is, I think, got some life in it, people. I don't have a lot of it. If it does a pullback, I might get into some. But right now, my strategy is to get Bitcoin and moving into Ambis and into some of these other things, so that every hour, every day, I have a pretty solid idea of my earnings, compounding and growing. Litecoin. I bought quite a bit of Litecoin. I think it was yesterday. And Litecoin is still just beautiful. I just love Litecoin. Look at this. We now have a test of resistance here. I think it went up to as high as 50 before it kind of kissed 50, and way over here it kissed 50. So this is a solid triple top, and this is what I called the other day, that right over here is a triple top. Right over here is a top, here is a top, and here was the other top. And then this is the other day, I bought some here. And at this point, I will probably, I don't know. I might buy some, but I'm not. And again, unless I go, yeah, this is a good time, I don't buy. If I have hesitant, I'm like, then I don't, right? That's That's my system. I check in with my feelings as well as my mind and my intelligence. Okay, so here we are on the 1 hours. You know, Bitcoin's kind of trading in a range on the 1 hours. And again, it, not too many hours ago, kissed 50. And then it's pulled a little back and it's consolidating. And let's look at the 30s. What's it going? Yeah, we got a nice little range. So in the 30s, I'm looking at it and going, yeah, the price is kind of in a range in the 30-minute marks. Okay. So if you want to grab some Litecoin, not a horrible time, you know, maybe not the best time, but you never know when the best time is. And on the 1 minutes, it's pretty trading solidly in a little range here in the between 47 and 48. That's pretty cool. Not bad. Not sure what I'm going to do. Let's look at the 1 months, or the 1 week, sorry. Yeah, 1 week. Litecoin is up on the 1 week chart. On the 1 month chart, there's been no retracement. You see, when you look at a big enough picture, you can see where it really wants to go. And this is just to change your perspective so that you can make a good decision. All right, boom. So that's it for the cryptos. I'm going to do a separate video for some of the other stuff because I got to keep these shorter. And you've had a little of my Hypnosis of Money philosophy today. I don't really have any solid buy signals, so I'm just gonna hold fast at the moment, and I'm gonna do another short video on my Ambis update, and just to keep them separate. So I will see you in the next one. This is Mark Shepard. It is day 11 of my 90-day challenge to make as much money as possible in the shortest period of time possible, so that I can do the most good possible with my music, with my life. I want to help other people to get their money stuff together. If this was helpful, please subscribe. And if you want to get into some of the other programs I'm doing and test them out for yourself, I highly encourage you to do that. There are links below this video, and it helps me a lot. And it actually helps you as well to use those links. A lot of them, you get a nice chunk, a nice discount. There's something always in it for you and something in it for me. That's the beauty of this, to use the human mind and its self-interest in a way that works for all of us. And hopefully we can change the planet. Hopefully we can save the planet from our old system and find a way to create, to store, to exchange value in a way that is good, honest, hopeful, helpful, and human. All right, so that's it for now. Mark Shepard, the Hypnosis of Money, day 11. And this is the first video today, so this is 11.01. That's my big system. All right, okay, I'm turning this off now, and I'll see you in the next one.